Sorry for the inconvenience.
To track the very latest coming in from the venue of that address that was made by the Indian Prime Minister to the Indian community in Yangon just a short while back, just moments ago. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi reiterating the emphasis that he's laid already on the ties between India and Myanmar, speaking about the steps that the country has taken, elaborating how 40 Myanmar fishermen presently lodged in Indian jails have been released. That's a decision that's been taken by the Indian Prime Minister, among others, during those talks with the State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi earlier today. Also emphasizing on how global recognition of yoga is the country's achievement, is the Indian diaspora's achievement, as it was taken to all corners of the world by the people of India. Talking about how he's getting a chance to witness a mini India in front of him today. Huge levels of enthusiasm there from the members of the Indian community. This indoor stadium in Yangon holding about 8,000 members of the Indian community who gathered since early hours of the Monday or since early hours of the evening, eager to hear what their Indian Prime Minister had in store for them. Throughout that address, the Indian Prime Minister reiterating how the Indian diaspora has taken the country to a whole new level on a global stage. Also saying that the country and the government are not merely changing India but building a new India. Speaking also about a multitude of decisions that have been taken as a part of his earlier bilateral with the State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi. Remember, this is the Indian Prime Minister's first bilateral visit to Myanmar. Earlier in the day, he'd met the State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi. 11 agreements were inked between India and Myanmar. And just a short while ago, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing the Indian community at that indoor stadium in Yangon, emphasizing on the role that the Indian diaspora plays across the world, also emphasizing on building stronger ties between India and Myanmar.
I request everyone to return to their seats.
The Indian diaspora has contributed to the development of wherever they have settled, also kept in touch with their roots. One of the statements made by the Indian Prime Minister, while he, as he put it, witnessed a mini India in front of him while addressing the Indian community there in Yangon, talking about how GST is ushering in a new culture across the nation and how the country and the government have not shied away from taking decisions that are tough, emphasizing on how the nation is bigger than politics. Also laying emphasis on how good infrastructure is no longer about roads and rail only, including several other aspects that bring a qualitative change in society. Not merely reforming India, but transforming India. A new India is being built. One of the statements there coming in from the Indian Prime Minister as he addressed the Indian community. Let's listen in now to what the Indian Prime Minister had to say along these lines while addressing the Indian community there just moments ago.
अपने सामने एक लघु, एक मिनी इंडिया के मैं दर्शन कर रहा हूं। भारत के अलग-अलग क्षेत्रों से आए हैं हम। आप लोग एक महान राष्ट्र के दिल में एक दूसरे महान राष्ट्र की धड़कन के रूप में जी रहे हैं।